I'd like to do one last thing in this video. I ran the Russell 1000 large caps through a support line bob chart scan, and I have the candidates right here, and I'm going to quickly rerun the scan just so you can see the stocks. I'd like to talk about how I use bob charts. What we're looking at here is the bob charts being generated for all of the stocks within 3% of support in the Russell 1000 large caps. And I think we can get started here. Right here it says show charts as found. I can unclick that. It's finished now anyway, and it will scan in the background so I can start looking at charts before it's finished. Let's go up to ABT, the very first one. And you can see that the interesting thing I think about this chart is there's obviously some horizontal. Here's a sloping trend line. Horizontal, there's a lot of support right here. But notice the blue line. The blue line is the opposite side of a channel. The red, if you look at the end of the blue line and follow it, the red line would be right here, and it goes from this point to this point, and here's your horizontal blue line. Now the red line doesn't show because it's not one of the 3 or 4 closest lines, which is all we want to look at. But I just want you to know where that blue line comes from, and it's an extremely important line. I see all the time stocks will bounce on these blue lines, and if you didn't have bob charts running, you wouldn't know why they stopped right there. But we have a convergence of support here in the next day or two, and we may even have some divergence setting up right here, so looks like a reasonable opportunity. Let's take a look at this one. Here we have a lot of support. 4 support lines immediately underneath. That's a good one. I'm going to skip down and look at HUM. I think this is an interesting one. Notice here that we have a blue line, which is the opposite side of the trend line that would have been drawn from this point to this point. So this is the opposite side of a channel or reaction line. We also have a red line that connects these points. In fact, there's two different lines there. What I like to see to turn a stock are converging points. You notice the downward sloping trend line here. They all come together right on this day. I also like to see blue and red overlapping each other so that they just kind of mush together. That's an extremely important support area. And also notice what happens when stocks come down on these converging lines. You get these intraday dips and runs back up because stocks just don't like all that support, and they will turn and run back up. That's a great day trading opportunity when you see that happening, and it's worth running the bob charts at night so you can see what's coming up for the next day. With that, I think I'll close this video and invite you to go to nebadon.com and download the RAMP program. You can run it on public internet data. It sets up in about, it only takes about a minute to load the program, and you are off and running. That's really all there is to it, and I encourage you to play with bob charts and the other features of the RAMP program, and thank you for your time. Bob charts are a standard feature of the RAMP program at www.nebadon.com.